Hey guys, so as you already know, I really love to learn about the Jewish people in India and to learn about different places in India because India is a huge place, and just to see how every place treated the Jewish people in there. So I got this video and yeah, let's just start learning.
When Israel was born in 1948, it triggered a migration of Jews from Kerala back to their ancient homeland. Thus, from the 1950s onwards, members of a community that had assimilated itself into the social and cultural life of Kerala began their journey to the Promised Land, a dream they had nurtured through generations. This adoptive land, however, has preserved the relics of their history for the sake of those Jews who come back in search of their roots, and also for historians as well as travelers.
Oh, that is
Even today,
really interesting.
the Jewish street, the synagogues, and the museums stand bathed in their past glory
Oh, wow, look
and
at
wait
them.
patiently for their visits. Some believe that the Jews came to Kerala during the time of King Solomon, that is, even before the time of Jesus Christ. Others argue that they came to Kodunallur in Kerala in 70 CE after the Temple of Jerusalem was destroyed. Whatever that may be, the fact is they lived in this land for centuries. While the new generation
place
has
is
returned to the
beautiful.
native soil, their forebears, like Sarah Cohen, who held Kerala close to their hearts, lived and died here. The first sites that greet those who come in search of Jewish history in Kerala are the Jewish street in Mattancherry and the Mattancherry synagogue, known locally as the Pardeshi synagogue. The areas where the Jews settled down were known as the Jew Street and the Jew Town. The synagogue, which has now been converted into a museum, and the street are preserved as heritage structures. They open the doors to the history of those times when they were vibrant spaces. The Mattancherry synagogue, built in 1568, is 450 years old.
Whoa.
And is the oldest in the British Commonwealth. It was the most prominent one among the synagogues in
Look how
Kerala.
beautiful this looks.
Although the structure of the synagogue shows the influence of Kerala's architectural style, its floor is laid with Chinese handcrafted tiles, nearly 1,000 in number, each with its own unique design. Italian and Belgian lamps that came crossing the seas light up its interiors. The Holy Ark in the synagogue that Rabban, the Jewish leader, built with the help of the regional rulers contains the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of Jewish scripture called the Torah, inscribed in rolls of goatskin. These parchments are 100 to 300
This is
years
so
old.
weird to see things in Hebrew.
Gan
there.
Shalom, Garden of Peace, is a spot which holds the history of Jewish life that stretch across centuries through many generations. The gravestones in this protected cemetery in Mattancherry carry details of the names of several Jews, their dates of birth and death, their family names, and so on in different scripts.
Wow,
This silent space that cradles stories of the past attracts researchers
so there's
and
also
historians.
like new and old graves there.
The Kadavum Bhagam synagogue, one of the earliest synagogues in Ernakulam, was built in the heart of the town after the Jews migrated from Kodunallur. Unlike the other synagogues, this does not have a padipura, arched gateway. Its frontage is hexagonal in shape. It is believed that there was a Hebrew press and a 300 sovereign gold Torah breastplate here. The Paravur synagogue is said to have been built in 1164.
Oh.
Its architecture displays a confluence of Kerala and Jewish styles. Today, it is a museum that showcases Jewish religious practices and the history of Jewish life as it was lived in the coastal belt of Kerala.
That's
One has to
just
cross
crazy.
the Padipura and walk along the pathway to reach the synagogue.
I mean, it's also so beautiful.
When the synagogue fell into disuse, the bima, pulpit, was transported to Israel.
Really?
Another was put in its place later. The second story has another bima meant exclusively for women. The Paravur synagogue was unique in that it housed a religious training center that was the most important one in Kerala. On leaving Kodunallur in the 13th century, the Jews built a synagogue in Chenamangalam in 1420. It was destroyed in a fire and rebuilt in 1614. It has now been taken over by the State Department of Archaeology and named a protected monument.
Okay, I was like
The
really nervous that
Chenamangalam
they
Synagogue
changed it
is
to
the
something
first
else.
Jewish museum in India. This land continues to preserve the memories of Jewish history and tradition for the sake of the new generations.
Well, let's just start by saying that in the end, when they just like took the camera back and you can see like going back to everything, it was beautiful. I absolutely love to see how different places in India had different types of Jewish people. First of all, let's just talk about the fact that I don't know exactly when the Jewish people arrived there, but I think it's really important to remember that this was when there was a kingdom here in Israel. Just a small reminder to all of you who is going to scream "Free Palestine" in the comments, that they are also showing that people came to India while modern day Israel was a kingdom, and I don't know, just like a random thing we need to remember. The way those synagogues looks like, my synagogue does not look pretty like this. Their synagogues are absolutely beautiful, and I really want, when you see something like this, you really want to go and pray there. But at the same time, when you're praying, you realize what you are reading from the text, and you realize that what you are reading is praying to go back home, to modern day Israel. But I don't know, I feel so, so many places in the world had Jewish people at some time, in their history, and there are not a lot of remainings from that time, because a lot of time those people have, the Jewish people had suffered, and people destroyed the Jewish synagogues, the Jewish, everything that is Jewish, they destroyed, the graveyards, everything. And to see how places in India, different places in India, because I know India is a huge place, so to see how every place was taking care of the Jewish people and making sure the thing they left behind is still looking the way it looks right now. This is, I don't know, it's insane. It's absolutely insane, because no one else in the world is doing this. This is, do you realize how crazy this is, that you care so much about people that came to your country, while a lot of people in the rest of the world just don't care, and they gladly will destroy a synagogue just to build, I don't know, a huge building, or destroy a graveyard just to, just for the fun of it. So to see how much you guys are taking care of this, and you guys are actually care about stuff, I don't know, it's inspiring. I really hope the rest of the world can learn from you, and I absolutely love to go there and to see it for myself. This is, I don't know, this is everything. This is really heartwarming to see how much different countries in India, different places inside of India had the same idea of just take care of the people, which is, I don't know, it's really heartwarming. It's just, I don't know, thank you guys. I have no idea. I don't know what else to say. I really like to know if you guys have ever been to a synagogue. Have you ever visited places like this? Have you ever been to that place? I'm not sure what I feel about calling a place Jewtown or something like this, but this is just, again, this is me suffering from a lot of anti-Semitic stuff, because I'm absolutely 100% sure that when you guys are calling someone Jew, you not mean to insult them, but a lot of places in the world use that word just to try to insult Jewish people. So this is why it's really weird for me, because I know this was not your intention, but still, coming from the background of my family and from what we had to deal with, it's just so, I mean, it's kind of weird to, it's kind of weird. I'm also like really jealous that I know that my people didn't have the chance to go to India, that my family didn't have the chance to go to India and to, I don't know, be safe, be a part of the Indian community, but at the same time also be part of the Jewish community without being scared. So thank you so much for watching this video, and even bigger thank you for taking care of my people. I mean, this is a lot, and I know how difficult it is to respect other people, because apparently a lot of other countries did not show any respect for other people. So this is something really difficult to do, to respect other people. So thank you so much for actually doing this. Yeah, okay, I'll see you next video. Bye guys.